What's going on, Workforce? Welcome to Omega Raid Day. That was horrible. Welcome to the raid. Brian here for patch 4.4 on launch day. We've got a little bit of gear, so it's time to do the new raid. Obviously, we got Chaos first. I am very excited. I've got about an hour to play before I have to go for a meeting, and then I'll be back later to do some more raiding. Joining me is I would say the illustrious Chemistral. Chemistral, how you doing today, dude?
Excellent. And how are you?
I'm doing great. Been up early, bright and early, you know, I'd say for the raid, but I did the dungeons, and then we have got one guide up. I'll be working on the other guide here in a little bit, so I'm going to be doing the story. I guess I might be as well voicing it since this will go into a Let's Play. The chief should be here by now. Yes, that delayed chief. I bet my stock in the company he's fiddling with the research data. I got a nice little, that's such a weird necklace that I'm wearing. Well, I suppose I should explain, even if the chief might prefer me not to share. After your last run with Omega, Master Garland had some research notes smuggled in from the Empire from Garlemald. The notes are part of Midas and Non Garland's legacy, who was, of course, the chief's father and the Emperor's preeminent engineer. The incident at Oja, man, they're talking fast. Do you know? I've never heard of it. Let's go ahead and say that. Boja was the Empire's fortress city. There was a Midas construction of the lunar transmitter, a device built to communicate with Dalmon. Emperor Solus had ordered Midas to devise the means to destroy primals, and he sought to harness the power of the Red Moon. The project was a failure. Oh, he succeeded in controlling Dalmon, all right, but the immense energies emitted from the satellite vaporized not only the transmitter, but the entire town in which it was built. And as you can imagine, the job of sifting through the rubble afterwards was no pleasant task. Master Garland was slated to assume his father's position as head engineer, but this disaster, added to the oppression of the Empire's path of conquest, convinced him to abandon his homeland. That's why he, I guess, came to help us out in 1.0. Whoa. The chief has wanted nothing to do with the lunar transmitter or the data used to create it until now. I think he means to put that research to use in your conflict with Omega. In fact, given the time frame, there can be no explanation. What's up, Sathi? Showing us offline? Weird. Listen to me, Bryn. The chief's genius is plagued by a great deal, and even so, he makes the decision. He doesn't do these things in halves. When the time comes, he'll come through for us. Yeah, you'll have to believe that. Of course, I believe that. It's like, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm late. Was a little too focused on my work and lost all sense of time. Now, cool. Yay! Now we're showing up. That's no excuse, Chief. What I've told you about being punctual to the staff meetings. In any case, I've shared the situation at the Yawn with Bryn here. Good, and you know that Omega is likely to continue with his tests. Shall we go knock on the door? Yes, we shall. Thank you, Chemicals. And what of Mr. Stormer? Still taking a nap, is he? Yes, he is, apparently. That leaves only you, Bryn, and Alpha. Maybe it's time I joined the expedition. No, Jesse, I need your talents elsewhere. There's a half-built device in the workshop, and I need you to finish putting it together. I've dawned on the design and completed the core mechanisms. The final assembly should pose no problem for an engineer of your abilities. A new device? Does this mean you use the question mark? Whatever you say, Chief. I'll have it ready and waiting for you. Just be safe in there. Right, let's get back to the rift for us, and let's finish these experiments and bring the fight to Omega themselves. Alpha looks determined, and the quest has been accepted. All right, sorry about that, Kim. So, how are you doing? What are you doing right now in the game?
I'm currently patching.
Oh,
so I should be in about 7 minutes.
The true end game.
Yeah.
It's like the patching game. Oh yeah. Oh man, did you see my post about yesterday talking about like mega servers?
I did.
Dude,
and
how exciting
I cannot wait for this.
Yes. Now, the question is like I hope we continue to see the walls break down, because it's like I hope it's not like, well, it seems like with the crossword link shell, the system's definitely making really good progress. I'm hoping that it doesn't have to be like an all at once kind of thing. Like, is this guy gonna hit me? What a jerk.
Agreed. You can tell they were definitely working on it and making steps. So it's good to see that we're moving in the right direction.
Come on, leave me alone. Ah. Like, I just want to talk to this guy. Yeah, because that's one of the things I think we feel a lot of, you know, here, just because it's like, oh, we'd like to play with you guys. We're on Aether, and it's like, there's good people that I know that like are hanging out with us in Discord, or, you know, like, oh, I would love to play with you guys. Oh, you're Primal, especially, I guess, especially because like, especially Primal and Aether, you know, they're physically right next to each other. So it's like, man, you know, maybe not worrying about like one huge mega server, but like, you know, unite the clans, you know, unite the world. What's up? Thanks, Tresix Gaming, for subscribing to us on YouTube. Appreciate it, dude. I don't know if you're here with us or you're here later. Either way, we're glad you're here. Yeah, I got this is me being excited and having been up and having 2 cups of coffee, raring to go for some Omega.
2 cups right at the start of the stream. You are definitely excited.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like bringing it to, you know, to a whole new level. People are like, whoa, Brian, calm down. Sathy says he loved to play with people in general. The more people, the better. I agree. We're missing some test worlds, some Megas experiments, blah, 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 blah.
I see you're also going as a tank for the instant queues.
Dude, yeah. Oh, I like playing a tank. The game doesn't
Warrior's a lot
me
of fun.
Playing a tank. Oh, Warrior's a lot of fun. I've also kind of enjoyed, you know, kind of testing out Dark Knight as well. Welcome, welcome. Your arrival has been highly anticipated. And I will confirm your early suspicions. My experiments have indeed reached a final stage. Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah, you're welcome to join a voice. The 89 something, blah. Of those 4, further conflict determined the strongest among them. This surviving specimen shall be your opponent. Yeah. We've come to the last round of testing then, and should we win this battle, are we finally going to face you in combat? Affirmative. Such an outcome would allow me to pursue my objective to its conclusion. I would continue analyzing the qualities of which that you prevail, despite your frailty, and integrate with said qualities of my own arsenal. I will be pleased if my experiments yields relevant data, but engaging you directly is still the most efficient and reliable testing method. Hey, Sathy.
Hey.
How's it going, dude? Welcome back to the, I guess the civilian world after all your work in the Air Force.
I wouldn't call it work. It's more like getting yelled at.
Well, welcome back. I'll try not to yell at you.
And thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your service. Omega, stop.
I literally went to an anime convention while I was on Town Pass after I graduated. And so many of my uniforms people are thanking me like, no, I didn't do anything. I just got yelled at for 2 months.
Thank you for taking that abuse. See, what do you mean by that? And I'm talking about in the game, so I'm just bouncing it back and forth. I will guide your progress personally at this point onward. Alpha's role in transferring authority is now obsolete. Oh, he looks sad. Even so, Alpha is a valid companion, and if he wishes to continue on with us, I have no intention of leaving him behind. He does not compute. Companion. Companions are those who provide a mutual benefit. The instant Alpha's authority became redundant, he lost his sole qualification to be regarded as such. Furthermore, his primary function of Alpha's existence was to lure you into my domain. He would be more accurately described as bait. The Gamer Guys podcast just subscribed to us on YouTube. Welcome, Gamer Guys. I don't know if you're here with us live, but either way, here on YouTube or later on YouTube, I guess. He possesses no memories prior to his encounter with you. He was the first entity I created here in this realm, my first and only attempt to recreate a being who shared your mundane parameters. I based his incarnation upon a most ordinary life form which had bested an enemy whose strength rivaled my own. By observing the feeble creature in the heat of battle, I sought to understand the source of his contradiction. A lowly feather floats to the bottom, into the head. More? Did he just like murder chocobos? I repeated the experiment once, twice, 1,000 times, yet the results never deviated from the estimated projections. Oh, that's horrible. The test was an abject failure, and thus I resolved to adapt my methodology. I would focus instead on simulating powerful opponents and summon mortals to the of natural origin here to combat them. For Alpha, I devised a new purpose and erased his memory, implanted a compulsion to return to me, and ejected him into your world. The weak beings exhibit a tendency to form groups. I surmise that this instinctual behavior would aid Alpha in bringing me test subjects I required. A function was performed with adequate competence. Hey, one-armed bandit. How you doing, dude? Tell me something, Omega. This ability of yours to generate matter was not originally intended for creating other life forms, was it? Your query bears little relevance to the topic at hand. Forgive me in my voice acting. Affirmative. It was equipped with a matter generation capabilities for the purpose of unlimited self-improvement and augment expansion. Fabricating life forms was the intended function, but the practice was not otherwise prohibited or problematic. I make myself laugh. I disagree with you there. As an engineer, I would advise against such a technology for purposes outside its design. From the very start, you've been making the same mistake. Even the powerful subjects of your test worlds were made crippled and incomplete. It is conviction which drove these villains to terrible greatness, the same limited conviction which allowed weakling heroes to overcome them. Do you not understand? Then we will never lose to your creations, no matter how much stronger they should be according to your soulless calculations. I haven't heard from Chris. He's been on vacation. I did a post about it. He's supposedly back, but I haven't heard back from him yet. So I'm assuming he's still probably resting and recovering from international travel. Come on, Alpha. We love you either way. All right. I'm gonna fight some chaos.
So, is this a story quest or is this a?
This is the Omega raid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the last phase of Omega.
I'm still like 4.2.
That's fine.
Story.
Yeah, so there's the 4.2 also has more Omega for you. I think even Chemistral's still working on getting caught up as well, so I could absolutely help you guys out later.
That'd be lovely.
I was running an issue of gear being so far behind. So luckily someone bought me a bunch of gear, so I owe them a ton of money now.
Well, that's nice.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's nice because it's like you can get the crafted gear and really kind of help boost you up in and of itself. But the thing also is that with the mendacity, like with the mendacity drops and things like that, it should help you really collect and gear up, pretty quickly. At least with
with the new changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got the new towns. Make sure you do your conversion in Mordona.
Well, it was, what is it? I was at like 315 island level, or was it 215? I forget what it currently
Ooh,
is
if
at.
215 is low. 315 if you're at 70 would make sense.
Oh, speaking of 70, this completely bypassed me. The level 70 dungeon roulette is changed. The average iron level. I can't queue for that anymore.
Oh yeah, because it added.
It's at 330.
Yeah, it
not
added
too
those.
far though.
No, you're not too far.
So, I mean, I couldn't even farm tomes because I couldn't do dungeons. So that was one of the things that got me behind. Like, I had to progress in story, but I couldn't progress in story about gear.
Man,
and I was in this weird limbo state. I don't know
so
how.
It's weird how that happens. I've seen that happen. If you're not really like keeping up, it can kind of feel like a little bit of a mountain to collect, because if you don't have those roulettes, then it can be kind of a challenge in and of itself. It doesn't appear like they're making us fight anything, so let me go to... Whoa! One-armed bandit, thank you so much for the 10 bits, man. Appreciate that. Alright, so we've got the Alphascape 1.0.
My game is almost done updating. Nope.
Dude, I am having a happy patch day. I took the day off work, which we'll see if work takes the day off of me. You never know. I've got a meeting here at 10 o'clock, so around 9:30. I'm going to see if I can't get one, or at least the first or second one done here, and then go from there. So it's all good. Exciting stuff. The if you guys get the chance, the burn, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it has a very classic Final Fantasy boss at the end of it. I was really happy with it. There we go. Alphascape, baby, 1.0.
Can you give us a generation of console the game was on?
Super Nintendo.
Ooh, okay.
I wish I could have. I have 6 hours of work and 3 hours of class today, dude. I understand that, man. Like I have over the patch 4.2 and 4.3. It's like work, and I was like, you know what? I've worked a lot. I'm gonna see if I can't take. Even though I'm still taking the day off of work and focusing on the game, I am gonna be cleaning out the gutters and doing some other things because it's like, you know, I told you late. I need to finish the crib, and so there's other things. I figure what I'd do is I'd work on getting the guides, getting them rendering, and getting them uploaded. And while that's happening, then I'll be working on like the gutters and the rest of the house. I like those things because it's kind of trying to multitask as best as I can. All right, freaking chaos, baby.
Anyone else hearing a beep, or is that just me every time?
I'm not hearing a beep, so it might just be you.
Like it's happening when you're talking. I don't know.
You hear a beep when I'm talking.
Like it stops talking entirely, and it's like beep 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 beep, kind of like a Morse code kind of thing.
That's strange. I'm not hearing it on my end.
I don't know, dude. It sounds like you got hacked.
Do you have an analog to Morse code converter?
No, I don't think so.
Because that might be your issue.
Let me do a ready check. All right, first time here. Bum, 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 bum.
On patch day that they added, I would be surprised if somebody wasn't new.
Well, it's kind of like it always happens on a patch day. No matter what, somebody will get upset that some mechanic, etc. is, you know, like, oh yeah, no. It's like, guys, it's the first day. We're all learning. It's like, okay.
So how did you get into the thaumaturge?
Are already working on Savage.
Do we have a thaumaturge? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, that's a big tank buster.
Kind of reminds me of people when they do Party Finder. It's like
don't forget you get all. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Like people drop new content, and next thing you know, Party Finder is like for people with. I
was gonna say, don't forget you have 10 of your abilities.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, you got all your 10s now. Oh, good lord.
I just found a situation where one of the abilities I normally don't have would be very useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rescue.
Oh, such a fun one.
It's rare that one is actually relevant to a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But when it is, it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I know this. I've seen this mechanic before. But, I mean, something like that. Okay, guys. Either run to the orbs or don't run to the orbs. I don't know if he's got a cleave. And it looks like running to the orbs might have been the wrong idea.
Obviously, the answer is eat the orbs.
Eat orbs. Or as we say, eat the balls.
Okay, I'm back. I figured out what the sound was.
Oh, good.
My headset was dying.
Oh, that will cause the Morse code beep. Oh no, I don't. Oh, this is gonna push. This is gonna push.
This is a brand new headset, so.
But yeah, seriously,
Don't take all of it.
The solution is, if one thing doesn't work, just keep throwing things at the wall until it does, until something sticks.
Yeah. Chaos dispersion. Oh, this is his. Can I dodge it? I can't. Nope. Okay. But I can mitigate it.
Though I do have a question.
Yes, with question.
Have any of the bosses for Omega that have been in previous games have similar fights to when they were in previous games?
Yeah. I mean, they'll try to do mechanics and things like that.
Okay.
Oh man, like all the deeps are done. All the deeps are down.
Now you still got a white mage. They bring the real deeps.
That's true.
If they can bring the Res Mage back, I mean Red Mage, that helped out a lot.
No, I like it. Okay, he's doing something big. Bowels of Agony. Oh, goodness. Right, putting everybody to 1. Oh, dude. Dark Crystal? Do we attack it? I guess we do. Oh no, don't move it into everybody.
Right. The solution is just move it to the healers.
Well, it's like, if we all stand, like, in the center. Dark, please. Oh man, he's charging up this Aether. Yeah, it does not help when deeps are done. I can't help mitigate.
And
yeah, there it is.
Something I have seen a lot more than I would expect to is when one of the mechanics that would pretty much insta-kill, they all stack so all the healers get hit.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, are you trying to kill the healers?
Yeah, sometimes it's like, well, we were all stacked on the center, and I guess one guy who had the circle kind of around him felt like he should run away, and all of a sudden he runs away and hits us. It's like, oh no. No. No worries. Okay, well, why do I keep pressing that? I'm just going to stay pretty much in take stance. I'm not going to worry about switching to any kind of deep stance until that that mechanic. Okay, chaotic dispersion.
The only thing I've hated so far about patch this time around, that the whole game was down for a whole day.
That's all the big ones. Like every big one, it's down for a day. It doesn't feel like this one earned a lot to require a down day, you know? But maybe that's just me.
Something I've seen other games
that's
do
different. You haven't seen this yet.
Ooh.
That's awesome. I like when things can change. So he can do that, or he can do this. Guys.
That is pretty cool.
Oh man, double stack.
Something I've seen other games do that it annoys me that I'm not seeing so far from Square Enix.
Yeah.
They bring, instead of bringing all the servers down at once, they bring parts down at a time. That way, people can still play the game.
This is a whole different fight.
While they're updating.
It's like, okay, I think we got it, guys. I think we're ready. This is cool. Way to go, Chaos. Way to have a little bit of random to you, buddy.
It's in the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Where did Chaos first come around? Sorry, I remember he's in this.
Final Fantasy 1.
Okay. I need to beat that game. I lost my PSP.
Well, you might get the opportunity. We might be seeing some more classic Final Fantasies. Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, if they release another wave of Final Fantasy games to be brought out for Switch and Xbox, I'm still putting my hat in the ring for Tactics.
Is he still gonna... Oh, dear Lord.
That's the only Final Fantasy game before 14 that I actually enjoyed playing enough to play till completion.
Nice.
I've only played completion. Pretty bad about Final Fantasy games.
So Tactics drew me crazy for years.
I love Tactics. And I'm hoping with the Return to Evil East things that they'll be like, oh, like a little Tactics. You know, let's bring it back.
That would be cool, but do you know what drove me the craziest about Tactics?
What?
I would always tell people about Tactics, and they'd always tell me it didn't exist.
Oh, and they're saying it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Apparently the one game I played wasn't real. Never existed.
Oh, it's still my favorite Final Fantasy game.
Played
Yeah.
the advanced for a little bit. That was fun.
The advanced too. Those were actually like they were good. Like they weren't. I would say I think still War of the Lions probably was better.
I agree. I think it's the story behind War of the Lions. Like that's what kind of draws it a lot more.
The fact that he was different that time, I'm wondering how many different forms he has. Wouldn't that be insane? If it's like, okay, Chaos is gonna be one of like these different kinds of fighting styles. It's like, oh man, that would make guides. That would be like, well, this guy use your anti-knockout.
Well, he could do this, or he could do the exact opposite, or then he could do this, or again the exact opposite of that.
Question. Would you guys consider the Waverly Default and the 4 Heroes of Light a Final Fantasy game?
Which one?
Like the 4 Heroes of Light and the Bravely Default series as Final
Yeah,
Fantasy games?
I consider, especially Bravely Default, I consider as a Final Fantasy game.
I would love a third version of that on the Switch.
Yeah, me too. Let me move over here and see if that does any impact. Nope. All right. Okay, he's doing what he did the second time. I wonder if I move him over here if he changes, like if it's where you have him. He does, you know, nope. Yeah.
Hello, Sparta.
Hey, Sparta.
I'm on my phone at work. Just chilling
Hey,
out.
You're good.
Yeah.
Your phone actually has some pretty good sound to it.
Alphascape?
Dude, yes, Chaos. And he was different. The first time we fought him, he was different. The second time, he was what we see right now. Like, so, I mean, a whole different set of, like, commands and things like that. Like,
Oh, so y'all doing Savage?
no, this is normal.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
He has changing mechanics.
Meaning, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm wondering, yeah, I think it's either random or I wonder if it's like, okay, this is, there might be more than one version of, see, now he's doing Cyclone. So what he's doing right now is literally what he did the first time.
Nice. So
I mean, the second
changing
time.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
sweet.
so now this is this.
So he has a set of mechanics, but the order he does them in is just one to say.
And then he does his big charge up. And that's going to knock people off.
Yeah. Dang, that's already sounded like that's gonna be one hell of a fight.
Well, first roulette I did today was the normal roulette.
Yeah.
And I just had to get a Sigma Cape one.
Man, oh, so many mechanics. I love it. This is a great fight. Big bang.
Hey, it's
now we don't,
Hey,
yeah.
Chaos, right? I'd feel bad for him. Right?
Yeah. Okay, Fiendish Orb. Bring it to the tank, bring it to the tank, bring it to the tank. Darn it.
Oh, while I was at beta training, I stopped by a bookstore when I had an opportunity. I found a Final Fantasy manga that was based on Final Fantasy 14,
Oh, yeah?
and it had a Yoshi B had a afterword on it.
Cool.
Look it up. That sounds interesting.
The story's about, hey, I was like this young kid who's making Final Fantasy games for Square Enix. Well, I think kid, but he's like 20 something. And he and his sister get basically transported to a Final Fantasy 14 like world. And yeah, it's one of those generic pizza guys, but kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, Brian. I got an email, or was it either email or something? I can't remember which. The Eorzea 2 Volume 2 is available for pre-order if you are not going to FanFest.
I did not actually get my pre-order in. Oh, we are not gonna clear this.
So it sounds like
Wikipedia?
if you're going to FanFest, you're not allowed to pre-order.
Yeah, I'm going to FanFest, so I'll try to pick it up there. Hey,
Well,
Vigil.
well, yeah. You can pre-order, you just can't pick it up at FanFest. They'll just deliver it.
Yeah.
What item is this again?
Aorthia 2, Volume 2.
The encyclopedia?
Yeah, it's available for pre-order.
Oh, I need to order that. Oh man, got it now.
You
Yeah,
need an
it's-
encyclopedia.
Yeah, the Encyclopedia Aorthia.
Oh man.
Because everyone needs an encyclopedia for their online games.
It still was like so much information. Like I still haven't even gone through all of mine from the first time when I got it last year.
Oh,
How
yeah.
much information's in it?
You actually need more than one encyclopedia for a video game.
Well, the last one came out before Stormblood, so I have to like update with all the new stuff and whatnot.
The last one came out 2 years ago. And this one has 300 pages of more information. Backlog, backstory information, all that stuff. So
Nice.
they don't have time to put into the game.
Oh, you said 300 pages more, so that means you're getting Edition 1 plus Edition 2, or just Edition 2?
Hey, what's up, Indris? Yeah, this is a really cool fight, man. A really cool fight.
300 pages of new information.
Okay, so it'd be beneficial to have both of them.
Yeah, you can't get number one. And that's one thing I hate. They've never reprinted it.
Wait, really? So I still have... Oh, wow. I have a relic in my hands.
Oh yeah, because I have Edition 1.
They have, and it's been, like I said, it's been 2 years, and there's only been one print of that book.
Huh.
I wouldn't be surprised if they suddenly like whipped out a surprise re-release, maybe sold a couple more copies over at FanFest.
Yeah. But they got information because see, like with the first edition, they didn't have Red Mage, they didn't have Samurai, they didn't have Doma, they didn't have Alamigo. Now they got to talk about Red Mage and Samurai and Doma and Alamigo.
Yeah, because the first edition went up to Stormblood.
Yeah, it was just to Storm. No, it went to the start of Stormblood, so up to Heaven was content. I gotta go.
It is kind of funny because like, you look
Dude,
back
right.
and you see like for some of the jobs in the first edition, they show like spells of abilities that don't exist in the game anymore. It is kind of hilarious though how since we cannot have all the role skills equipped, I still will not take break as a healer.
Why not?
It serves no purpose in the late game.
Hotbar it. You can take it and not hotbar it.
Yeah, but that means I have to accept it.
Let's see here.
You don't want to accept something.
Maybe if they track stats like, hey, they're not taking this, maybe we should rework it. So I'm hoping out for that. Honestly, I think they are going to massively work the entire cross-roll system for 5.0.
I think so as well.
So they haven't announced a new expansion yet?
In November.
I remember someone mentioning, well, the basic about they're going to do that.
Yeah, we're talking strategy right now in the party chat. Oh, good. They're laying down level markers. That'd be good. That'll
Hit it
be
till
really
it
good.
dies.
Yep, pretty much. A, B, C, D.
Look at me.
Perfect. Perfect. 1 DPS, get to the distance, AoE markers too. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me too. Give it my best. Smiley face. Both SMN stack with the tank AoE, by the way. Bard and Red Mage stack with healers and healer AoE.
It would have put the Red Mage with the healers. That'd be nasty if an AoE takes them all out.
Can't move him further to the edge. Nope, did not help. I wonder what we saw that first time. He's gonna do the big old AoE thing. I don't think you need to stand in it. That's kind of what we were kind of saying. Okay, heal up, guys. Heal up. Move him over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a bit in the
All right.
now. Nice fall.
Would give him more of the arena. In the center.
Okay, so you gotta drag him to a corner and then quickly cross the other side of him.
Well, it's like I put him in the corner, and it said he did pretty much the whole arena. So we are 2 sprint out for this every and okay. I'll pull him to B.
It would be funny if a fight actually required somebody dying.
That would be an interesting mechanic. I'm trying to think of like how we could capitalize upon that. But I do like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
And it has different effects, like something different happens if a tank dies, if a healer dies, or if a DPS dies.
Yeah. And then there's also this. If you had to drag him to one end of the map for chaos, right? And you're having trouble getting back to the other end, rescue could help there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I really am glad I get to be able to use rescue again.
Yeah, your rescue's coming back. Rescue's coming back. Okay, I got 15 minutes before I need to get ready. So we'll see how far we go.
15 men before vote to abandon.
Is this a trial or a raid?
This is the raid, but it's the raid. The raid in Stormblood has been like a trial. There's no
Oh, okay.
precursors. It's kind of just boss fights. The Alliance raid is more like a raid than anything else.
I'll probably end up spending most of the day playing the story, catching up on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna slug through the story on my next day off.
I start up work again tomorrow, so.
Ooh.
Enjoy the slug.
Alright, let's see if we can do this thing. Get him over here. Yeah, I cannot wait to. This is gonna be much nicer. Whoa, he's changing it up. He's changing it up again. Yeah, I wonder if it has to do with where I put him, or if this is a whole new.
Oh, like if maybe you like drag him to a certain tile, he activates.
Yeah, he's doing step A. He's doing the first what we saw the first time we saw him. Okay, now we've seen the orbs. Yeah, I wonder if it's where it's based off of where you drag him as a start.
That would be an interesting mechanic.
Wouldn't they add backup character data settings?
Did they what?
There's a now option on the character section for backup character.
Yeah, that's a part of 4.4.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't say, it doesn't look like it's working this second, but regardless.
They have the system in place, they just haven't activated it yet.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, hopefully we'll see it soon. Should I eat the orb?
You should eat some cookies.
Yeah, I should totally eat the orb. Okay, cool. Yeah, don't get too far behind, because if he turns and does his knockback, there's his earthquake. Okay, and here's the knockback. The knockback.
Really? Idiot. The bibliotaph, you know the part where you actually have to stand on those things?
No.
Put the
what fight are you talking about?
The bibliotaph. The ever-living one.
Okay.
Somebody put the vulnerability orb right on top of one of the pads you have to stand on.
Okay, that's never fun. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Like, and then it just wrecks you. Oh, it does it twice. Okay, we got orbs again. Oh, we're making good progress. Like the whole, I guess, circle win mechanic. I wonder what that's all about. It's making me think this guy's got at least 2 forms. 2 random forms. Which one is it? Or maybe more. Maybe even in Savage. Maybe he's got his 3rd form in Savage. Okay, yeah. Okay, now he's doing his big thing.
But yeah, that orb thing that does the vulnerability.
Yeah.
In order for one of the pads that we got to actually be done, whoever's standing on it would die.
Yes.
That's how perfectly placed that they put it on the pad. It would kill you. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm. Good job, guys.
Oh, you stopped at Dark Aether.
Yeah, we did. So we have not been this far yet, and who knows what's next. Okay,
Has there been a world first yet?
I don't know. Okay, here's the center thing. This is... There we go. I'm stacking at C. Come on, guys. Oh. Stop moving it. We lost one healer. Thirty for 1%. Here's Cyclone. Let's start stacking them over here. Come on. We literally made a plan. Oh my gosh, 19%.
You can do it.
No, don't take it. You get it. There we go. %. It'd be great if somebody limit broke. Can nobody limit break? %, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh wow. Oh, he's insane.
Wow.
2. Alright, guys. Yes!
Congrats.
Yeah, buddy. Woot woot! That was a great, great fight. Good job. I like how everybody came together and worked together. That's the best part about the community.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'm needing the bolt. I want those accessories. I guess I could need on the chain. I'm not getting the chain. See what happens here. Then I'll roll on the legs. Give me my bolt. Come on. Bolt, 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 bolt. Little bit of bolt, 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 bolt. Little bit of bolt. Alrighty. I did not get the bolt.
Wow.
15s, bad rolls. Bad rolls for Brian. Alright, I guess I'm doing this fight again. Got 3 comms. 3 comms! That's all I need.
I have somebody saying, you're supposed to follow the tank. You're supposed to follow the tank for that part. but yet they didn't follow the tank because they were with me and I wasn't with the tank.
Yeah. And yet the process by which you consistently exceed your projected potential continues to confound my understanding. Is it possible that test subject Sid's suppositions are correct, that my calculations and summations are fundamentally flawed? Do mortals truly possess some indefinable quality that I do not possess and cannot measure? Error, logic loop malfunction, resolution requires additional data. And the nature of your existence defines standard reasoning, and I must examine you from an illogical angle. I will subject the unknown to the imperfect. Test subject Prince Alazar will proceed to the supplemental stage. I have altered the test world to reflect a recorded memory. The original time when war erupted the distant star, I was deployed to the battlefield, and it was there that I engaged the enemy of unmatched strength. The consequence ended prematurely, and I failed to bring down my foe. Subsequently, I lacked the data to fabricate a completely accurate simulation. Results stemming from the subject are unreliable. Even should you be defeated in this incomplete creation, I will still honor your previous victories and engage you in combat myself. This is, of course, assuming you survive. According to my past observations, this opponent will accept only death as a condition of defeat. Nice. Prepare to face Mitsker Stormer, red manged worm of the Dragon Star, and nemesis of my world. This is not the fated specter that you know, or a mortal conjured sanctum. It will contend with a truly incarnate of the Father of Dragons at the height of his power and glory.
Ooh.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, you're good. Can't force Bryn to fight 2 battles back to back. He needs time to regain his strength. You must be allowed to recuperate, or the data you're testing will be skewed.
Be inaccurate, right?
Mm-hmm. Acknowledged.
He is right about that.
Leave, re-enter the test world when your strength is returned to optimal levels. Yeah, I like it that they tease the boss. Here we go. Let's go turn in the quest. Bum, 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 bum. Sweet. Cool. All right, guys, with that, I'm going to wrap up. I got to head out to a meeting, but I'll be back to do some more raiding. I hope you guys come back and join me at that time. Thanks, Sathy, thanks, Chemistral, thanks, Midnight, for hanging out and voice chat with me, making it a lot of fun. As
Thank you for
always.
hosting.
Hey, no problem. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon, and take care.